Remember, folks, I'm just a Muppet in a chair. Don't take me seriously. What's happening, Boomerites? Lovely to see you today. Welcome back to the channel. I want to have some more people on live streams coming up. I'm trying to do some different things to the channel upcoming weeks. Might get away from the shows a little bit. I'm still going to do them, obviously, but try some different things this week. I want to have, because I had Daniel on 2 weeks ago. I think I'm going to have Daniel from Embrace the Suck 21 back on Friday during a live stream at night. But I want to have JPS on. I've actually been looking, shout out to JPS if you're watching. I've been looking at his channel to see if I can find something to get in contact with him. I sent him a DM on Instagram. I don't know if he'll see it though, but hopefully he does, because I want to have him on. And I clicked on his links, and he's got a P.O. box from Brookville, Maryland, which is where I was born. I had no idea he was from Maryland. So that would make 4 American reactors from the state of Maryland. Isn't that crazy? It's a small world, man. Me, Daniel, Spencer, and JPS. So that's pretty wild. I want to talk to this kid and see if he wants to come on for a live stream chat or something like that. So we can hang out, have a good time, and talk nonsense. But I was browsing around his channel, which I don't do often with other American React channels, just because I don't want anything really spoiled. But as I was doing it, I came across something that caught my eye. It's called the Royal Navy's Field Gun Competition. I'd never heard of this, and it sounds interesting. So I pulled up the Wikipedia page here, and apparently they stopped doing it in 1999. It's a contest between teams from 3 Royal Navy branches, so they have to transport a field gun and its equipment through a series of obstacles. And the origin section of this looks pretty cool. It started because of the war in South Africa. So I'm going to have to read some more on this, because this is quite interesting. But I got the video up. I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can check it out on your own. But most of you guys have probably heard of this. But the Royal Navy Field Gun Competition. This video is from 1988. It was a good year. I'll let you figure out why. But here we go, folks. Let's check it out. It looks like the video is quite grainy, though, so apologize if the quality's not up to par. But what can you do? I jacked up the quality settings on my recording device, so hopefully that keeps it as high as it can possibly go. But let's check it out. I'm really interested to see what this is about. My curiosity has been piqued. Here we go.
And now to the action that the audience has been waiting for. It's the annual Royal Navy Field Gun Competition between the Fleet Air Arm, Portsmouth and Devonport. 2 teams in each performance. On the far side today, it's the team from Devonport. And close to the camera, it's the Fleet Air Arm. Maximum points they got in 1966. The greatest amount of points ever in this competition, 32. Devonport
like the Roman, not the Colosseum, but the other one. I forget the name of it.
Those massive field guns, 3 runs,
wow,
the run out, the run back, and the run home. We'll go through those individually as they prepare themselves.
I like the stadium,
for the run
man.
Out. Such is the competition that happens here at Earls Court every year, that the results
These guys are ready. I'm looking at the description. Devonport versus Fleet Air Arm at the Royal Tournament, Earls Court.
The fastest time ever done was Portsmouth, 2 minutes 40.6 back in 84, and they also got the least penalty points in 82. They got just 4 penalty points. Penalties are awarded to teams if they drop anything in that massive chasm. That is a 28-foot wide chasm over which they have to get the equipment, get the gun once they've dismantled it, and if they drop anything at all, then they get penalty points.
Okay.
Battery Commander, Lieutenant Commander Ken Mathers gives the signal for the start of the Royal Navy Field Gun Competition, and into the lead It is just Devonport, first man over the
I'm
ball
liking
there.
this already. This looks amazing.
Look at that gun being ripped apart on both sides.
Look at all the teamwork.
The team's following over a 900-pound gun barrel sitting there on its gun carriage, putting the wheels on. First man over the chasm. There we are. It's the Fleet Air Arm. Fleet Air Arm just.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Of Devonport. First set of wheels.
Oh, so they got to take it apart and then take the pieces
over. So Fleet Air Arm by
at a
about
time.
second and a half
Okay.
from Devonport. The gun carriage goes over. Looking at the Fleet Air Arm as they get the gun barrel over and the last pair of wheels going over.
I'm loving the teamwork in this. This is really cool.
They're absolutely side by side with the limber going over as the teams now head towards the wall. Through the wall, assemble the gun and fire off the rounds to signify they finished the run out. And it's very, very close, this. Fleet Air Arm in position. And it's...
This is... I'm loving this. This is... Because it also looks like they got a big crowd, so I'm wondering why this stopped. Because if if you can charge people to see this thing and a lot of people show up, then I would imagine it'd be successful, right? So I'm kind of curious as to why it stopped.
Just Devonport on that run. Devonport by about a second from the Fleet Air Arm.
I would love to go to something like this.
The rounds have been fired. And the teams will prepare themselves for the next section, which is the run back. 1:26.23, that's the leading time for Devonport.
And that guy looked tired already. Look at that backdrop. That's so cool.
That's the time for Fleet Air Arm, languishing in second place at the moment. The run back, they all have to withdraw over the wall, go back across the chasm, and at that point you've got to watch how they throw all the equipment around when it's thrown over the wall.
You know what's crazy too, which the Brits should be proud of. Even to this day, the Royal Navy has the most respected, feared, and admired reputation around the world compared to every other navy around the world. Even for us here in the United States, believe it or not. So if you run into a military man in the United States and ask him what he thinks of the Royal Navy, he'd probably say they're the best, even if he's in the Navy. So you guys have a tremendous reputation around the world when it comes to your naval forces.
The combined weight of the gun barrel and its gun carriage together, 1,250 pounds. That is over half a ton of equipment, and it goes over in one piece. The bugle's ready. This gives the signal. Naval Airman Knocker Waite sounding the bugle for the start of the run back. Average time about a minute on this.
Jesus.
First man going
Oh my
across the chasm
God.
as we look at the gun racing down. Fleet Air Arm on this side, Devonport on the far side. Fleet Air Arm about a second to make up to get the lead back here. And they've got their wheels across, but it's still pretty even Stevens. The limber across. And here comes the heavy stuff, 1,250 pounds of barrel. And
they can't touch the ground in the chasm in the middle.
There goes the barrel. They've got to be so careful with that because they've got to use it at the end. They've got to fire with it. The gun carries across. And it looks to me like Fleet Air Arm are just pulling back here. They've just got their wheels across quicker. Flying Angels across. Fire the gun. And they have done it. They
Very
have
close.
done it. In fact, it's a dead heat on that run because they've remained about a second behind. Shells being checked by the judges as we also check the times because it seems to me they may have pulled back just a few tenths of a second. Fastest time, there it is, 2:24.69. That's for Devonport, who still have the lead over Fleet Air Arm, who pulled up just slightly on 2:25.38.
Wow, that's close.
Less than a second in it as we get set for the run home.
For like 15 people involved, or I don't know how many people are in each team, but it's very impressive that both teams keep it very close.
Off they go. Lift and launch, that's the cry. Oh, they're slow through the wall of Fleet Air Arm. But they're just all through and they run and they run and they run to the finish line. Here they come down.
Oh, wow. Very close.
Fleet Air Arm just seemed to pull through there, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Devonport win by a whisker.
Yeah.
0.32 of a second is the gap on the final times. 2:45.44, the winning time for Devonport.
Excuse me. Whoa, I came out of nowhere. That was really interesting and cool. I would love to go to an event like that. Shame they don't do it anymore. So they stopped it in 1999. I wonder why. One of you guys could probably point that out to me in the comments. But yeah, I would. Seemed like they had a big crowd there. I don't know. I mean, it was kind of dark in the crowd, but it sounded like there were a lot of people there. Also, that, like, I don't know what to call it, but that stage area where it looked like the front of the stadium with all the military insignia and stuff on it. That was pretty cool. Man, I wonder, because I grew up in Maryland, and I grew up fairly close to the Naval Academy, which is in Annapolis, Maryland. I never went to anything like this, though. I visited the Naval Academy as like a kid and a teenager a couple times, usually on like field trips. But if they had something going on like this, I would love to attend. Usually when you hear about like the Naval Academy in like an event, it's usually the college football game between Navy and Army, yeah. Which, I'm not a big fan of college football. I like the NFL, so I never really watch college football that much. But, the Royal Navy Field Gun Competition, that was very interesting. I liked it a lot. I love the teamwork. The teamwork is, I love seeing teamwork like that. Even if it's like, I don't know, technically it's a competition, not a sport. I mean, I guess you could say it's a sport, but, you know, even in sports, if it's like a basketball or particularly a basketball game, when I see them doing a lot of teamwork and passing and stuff, and, you know, you can tell the team is totally in sync with what they're doing with each other. I love seeing stuff like that. And it looked tough. You see the guys at the end, they were huffing and puffing, sucking down air, which means that's really difficult. And it looked really difficult. It also looked dangerous. I would imagine that sometimes there's some pretty rough injuries with that, especially when you're carrying around all that large equipment in a competition like that. But yeah, that was really cool. So shout out to JPS for reacting to it first. I never clicked on his video. I just saw it and I was like, what is this? This looks interesting. But hopefully I can get a hold of JPS and we can have him on the channel for a chat, because he seems like a really cool dude. Younger dude too. So it'll be interesting to talk to him, get his perspective on, British comedy, culture type things, and other things from the English-speaking world that we react to. And, me and Daniel have been discussed talking to him before. So, But I'm going to try to have Daniel on this Friday. So if you guys look out in the live section of the channel, you might see something pop up that says we're going to have Daniel on for a live stream on Friday nights. It'll probably be kind of late Friday night for you guys over there. But Royal Navy Field Gun Competition, if there's any more videos like that that you guys think I should check out, put them in the comments below, because that piqued my interest and I kind of want more. Actually, I know I want more because that looked really cool. Anyway, like, subscribe, do whatever you want, and I hope you guys have a great week. Stay safe, and call somebody a Muppet for me this week, okay? All right, peace out, everybody.